next chef, well, okay. Uh, I love this dialogue. For our next chef, he was inspired by his dad to become a chef. He has achieved so many great things. 2018, a new world record for the highest pop-up restaurant and a VP for the Young Chef Association in India. And also, he has started a Himalayan soil project, which they introduced foraging to the commercial kitchen. Please welcome Sanjay Thakur.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef Adar. Thank you. So, thank you for such a lovely introduction. Today, actually, the dish is inspired very much with the Saudi flair. Like you can see the topic, it's about going into future, and especially when we say Vision 2030. This dish has been inspired by one of our colleagues who bought one day in our office a Sida, local dessert. So I thought how we can take this a little bit way ahead and present it.
Can you explain what asida is?
We had wheat flour with dates, and we cook it with the ghee.
Yeah.
Some people, and they keep cooking it. They add a little bit of salt some places.
Yeah.
And
you know, in Saudi cuisine, the format or the combination of wheat and dates come in many different forms.
Yes.
So one is asida. What is the texture of asida?
I can say very similar to porridge, what I tried.
Yeah, okay.
And it melts in your mouth very quickly.
Yes.
So this is something which I wanted to recreate,
Okay.
but in a little bit different pattern. So what we are doing today is very similar to that in the flavor profile.
Okay.
But when we talk about its composition is a little bit different. Dates are there, of course.
Yeah.
We got xanthan gum, we got a little bit of agar agar.
Okay.
So agar agar is, in easy language, is a vegan derivative for binding or setting up your things.
It's like gelatin, but for,
Just like gelatin,
but
yes.
for
Yes.
vegetarians.
Yes. So in addition to that, we're gonna do a very beautiful looking pomegranate kind of butterflies, which is also a part of pomegranate. I think it's very popular in Saudi Arabia.
That's
a lot of
correct.
people love having pomegranate. We got mint on the other side, which will give a little bit of a kind of a greenery kind of a balance on the plate. And we got a tuile, which is made out of date. So there are a lot of recipes on the internet where you create tuile out of a lot of different things, but you can't find anything with dates. So I wanted to recreate that, also bring that element of dates into pretty much all the elements. So let's start cooking. It's a very basic dish. I call this dish dunes of Kazim because the sukari dates, they come from Kazim. And if my pronunciation is right?
Qasim, yes.
Yes,
Qasim is good.
And that's what the representation is.
So I'm going to translate what you just said.
Sure.
بدأ بيسوي الطبق اليوم كان مستوحى من العصيدة. طبعا إذا تعرفوا ليش العصيدة بتمر ودقيق بيتعجنوا مع بعض وبيطلع لك شيء حلو ويدوب في الفم. فطبعا احنا عندنا في السعودية أشياء كثير موجود يعني متكونة بين الدقيق والتمر. فأخذ المكونات هذه وألهم إنه يسوي الطبق ده اللي مسميه طعوس القصيم. فطعوس القصيم بيستخدم فيها التمر القصيمي السكري وبيستخدم كمان مكونات كلها مكونات محلية من النعناع إلى الرمان إلى أشياء تانية والتمر طبعا عشان يجيب لك التجربة الجديدة اللي يبغى يقدمها. Please.
Thank you. So one of the unique things I did with the dates over here, so when we make date puree, normally people just puree it after dipping it in water or something. But what I did, I used Saudi coffee. So I let dates sit about 3 hours in lukewarm Saudi coffee, and then we blended it in.
Okay. And how did you make the Saudi coffee? Because
Saudi
there's many
coffee,
different ways.
Many different ones. My colleague got me a packaging actually, which is shouldn't be the way, but
So cheating a bit.
cheating, yes.
Okay.
But Saudi coffee in itself is a different topic, like you said. It's a lot
Yeah.
of different.
So you should have cardamom in it.
Yes, there is
Okay.
very strong cardamom in it.
طبعا بدأ بمويه مغلية مع تمر، معجون تمر وعجنة تمر، انه نقع التمر في، بدل ما سواها في مويه حارة استخدم قهوة سعودية ففيها شوية هيل وطبعا البن، وخلاها كم ساعة وبعدين مزجها وبعدين وبدأ كمان
So
بحليب.
now
صح.
over here we got
شكراً.
cream. We're gonna add a little bit of chocolate chips, and that's milk chocolate. We're gonna add date puree, which was made in advance a bit. We're gonna add a little bit of milk also. The detailed recipe can be shared through email to you guys.
What is this?
That's milk.
Okay,
And
milk.
that was cream.
So كريمة شو اسمه حليب تمر شوكولاتة
Yeah, milk chocolate.
ميلك شوكليت
Yes.
شوكولاتة بالحليب وايش كمان والتمر طبعا.
Yes. And when everything blends in quite well, we're gonna add about 2.5 grams of agar-agar. So whenever we are doing about 200 ml of liquid, we add roughly 2 to 2.5 gram of agar-agar.
What are you trying to achieve when you make this play on textures and flavors? What do you want the viewer to, or the taster to experience in the end?
Whenever people recreate dishes, I think recreating shouldn't lose its original essence.
Yeah.
So whenever we have a Sida, let's say for this example, I want people to really see it in a modern format, and when they have it and they say, wow, we have had it before.
Okay.
So that kind of an experience which brings modern game into traditional dishes.
فالسؤال هو ايش يبغى ينجز لما بيسوي الطبق هذا بدي الطريقه من الشخص اللي بيذوق الطبق، ايش يبغى يعني يوصل لايش؟ فهو بيقول انه الناس لما بياخذوا اي طبق وبيحاولوا يسووه بطريقه مختلفه مرات بيضيعوا روح الطبق، فهو بيحافظ على روح الطبق وبيستخدم تقنية جديدة، بس في الأخير لما واحد بيدوق بيحس إنه هو داق شيء زي كذا، النكهات والملمس كلها والقوام شيء جربه الشخص، ما يكون شيء مرة خارج عنه.
And to keep public audience interested,
Yeah.
I'm gonna first time ever in Saudi Arabia
Yeah.
make Saudi coffee fly. So Saudi coffee will
You're
literally
gonna-
fly
طيب.
in the air, and it will be edible.
فانتوا يعني محظوظين اليوم حيطير القهوة السعودية. فأنا صراحة ماني فاهم إيش معنى هذا الكلام، فحنستنى ونشوف.
So like the dish name is Dunes of Kazim, right?
Yeah.
So when it rains in Saudi Arabia, it's something like a kind of a blessing.
Yes.
So this is the scene I wanted to recreate. I wanted to have rain over the dunes.
فهو مسمي الطبق ده طعوس القصيم، وحيكون شكله زي الطعوس، يعني عنده هنا اشياء وقوالب بنجد بيعيش الشخص اذا اللي ما جاء على السعوديه يقدر يعني يذوق السعوديه، فزي ما روح السعوديه حيذوق السعوديه.
So to complete this, because it's a time-consuming dish, it needs to settle down in your freezer or fridge overnight. So it takes a little bit of time to set it up. So we have prepared in advance. It's just to showcase to you guys the consistency of the liquid when it's almost ready. So this is something similar. You can see the consistency should be around that thick. Because we are freezing it, it's gonna get a very velvety, melt in mouth kind of a texture.
فعشان الطبق ده ياخذ فترة طويلة في التحضير، وبعدين لما يتحط في القوالب لازم يدخل الفريزر في فترة طويلة، فهو بس بيورينا دحين كيف حيكون شكل التحضير، وبعدين عنده أشياء سواها من أول عشان يوريكم كيف حيكون الشكل النهائي للطبق.
Now we're going to start with the...
How long have you been living here in Saudi?
I've been here now 3 years.
3 years?
Yes, in Riyadh, in fact, I've been for a year.
Okay.
And one interesting thing, of course, is not on the written factor. I'm also going to lead the upcoming national career of Saudi Arabia, Riyadh Air, as an executive chef.
All right.
So,
All right.
so it's still not launched, so
Good
we
job.
can't really announce it here. So,
Good job. Good
so
job.
it's you know, a lot
you
of
guys heard this first.
yes.
we don't- بس بس انتوا فانز انتوا غشاشين ما ينفع.
Now something very interesting I'm going to teach you guys. See, the recipe is all about how creative we can get. You know, that's all the perception about cooking. What I'm going to do here is I've got pomegranate juice. You can get any juice you like. The secret over here is isomalt, sugar, and glucose. So when we use these elements and we reduce the liquid down and we let it set, it gives you a very beautiful kind of a, you can say kind of a candy.
Okay.
So when you reduce it down, take it into your desired shape, it come out like that.
فبيستخدم عصير الرمان مع سكر وجلوكوز. ولما تاخذ الخلطه دي وتنشفها او تطبخها هتوصل الى شيء زي كده، زي تقريبا الحلاوه يعني. شكلها حلو وطعمها حلو وخفيفه. how much did your time here in Saudi affect your cooking and your inspiration?
You know, Saudis, I would say a culinary centerpiece of Middle East when it comes to food, because most of the things have been originated in sense of flavor profile is from here.
Yeah.
And it's good to take inspiration from different regions.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of work have been done by Ministry of Culture
Yes.
and Culinary Commission, and it's so inspiring to see the initiatives because we get to learn a lot.
Yes.
So I've attended a couple of those sessions, and they were like eye-opening for me because, you know, we were always restricted in a way to see Saudi food as to limited dishes, but when we go into depth, every region have something new to offer.
فسؤالي كان كيف أثر المطبخ السعودي على طبخه وعلى تفكيره وعلى إلهامه. فقال المطبخ السعودي غني بأشياء كثير، اللي ما يعيش في السعودية ما حيقدر يجرب الأشياء والنكهات اللي موجودة، لأنه في أشياء كثير بدأت في هذه المنطقة، فهو مبسوط انه بيدوق هذه الاشياء وبيغير تفكيره وبيغير الاشياء اللي بيقدمها وكيف يبدع باشياء واطباق جديده.
So if you see how quickly the texture got changed, adding a little bit of potato starch, icing sugar, and now last we're going to add is glucose.
فضاف نشا البطاطس. Potato starch and what?
Potato starch, icing sugar, and glucose.
وسكر ناعم وجلوكوز، وتغير طبعا القوام حق
Very hard to deal with the glucose because it stickens up super quick. So let us see if we can get some out.
You need a spoon, small spoon and
stronger
water.
than a spoon.
Okay.
So if you haven't used glucose, it's really interesting ingredient to be used. A lot of these ingredients must be new for many of us here. The whole point of doing this demo is to just take that vision to next stage, just to showcase that this can be also done and it's possible to create something different, keeping still in mind the authenticity of the dish.
Where do you feel yourself more, in pastry and dessert or the hot kitchen?
Hot kitchen.
Hot
So I'm
kitchen?
a hot kitchen guy.
So why are you making a dessert?
Because, you know, like I said, sometimes recipes are all about emotional connect.
Okay.
And when my colleague mother made that asida for me, strictly, connected with me. And if you go online, you won't see any recipes on date panna cotta.
No.
They will have date syrup separate or date chopped on top of it, but nobody really does date panna cotta itself.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a complex dish to to nail. So that's why I wanted to take that challenge.
سؤالي كان هو يعني يلاقي نفسه أكثر في المطبخ العادي ولا في الحلويات. فقال في المطبخ العادي. فقلت له ليه أنت بتسوي ده طيب؟ فقال هي الشغف والحب والإلهام مرات يوجهك من ناحية لأخرى. فهو قرر إنه يسوي طبعا هذا الطبق عشان بعد ما ذاق العصيدة زي ما قلت.
Sorry. So once the mix is ready for strawberry pomegranate, which is roughly about this consistency, we can strain it out. We just don't have enough time. I think we are running out of time.
Yeah.
So we can strain it out and then we can mold it flat on the silicone mat and bake it at 160 or 120. It depends on the temperature. You have to go really low. If you go 120, you go up to 70 minutes. If you go 160, you go up to 35 minutes. So that's the second component. I want to keep some time for everyone to taste actually. That's why.
Sure. No, go ahead. فهو القوام هو ده القوام اللي كان يبغاه. المفروض يصفيه وبعدين يحطه في القوالب وبعدين يدخلوا الفرن حوالي 160 دقيقة 160 درجة لمدة 160
for 30 minutes.
ل 30 دقيقة.
And if it's 110, it goes up to 50, 60, 70 minutes.
وإذا استخدمت درجة حرارة أقل الوقت طبعا يزيد لين ما. نعم. دحين فهعجل عليه ولا يهمك. He's saying when are we tasting?
Very soon. So now over here we got a kiwi and mint broth.
Okay.
So kiwi fruit and mint. I just added kiwi to it just to bring a little bit of a flavor profile of mint.
Okay.
Because we all know when mint is mashed with heat, it starts losing its color.
Yes.
It oxidized very quickly. So just to retain that sort of.
فهذا عصير كيوي مع شوية نعناع عشان يحافظ على اللون الأخضر. How important is color in your presentation?
Very important. I think presentation, we eat from our eyes first.
Yes.
And then the next step is about taste.
Yeah.
But it's very important to please all your senses, which is looks. You take the fragrance of the dish.
Yeah.
So all the components, I always take it into consideration.
سؤالي كان ايش أهمية الألوان في الطبق؟ فبيقول مرة مهم لأنك واحد يأكل بعينه أول بعدين يبدأ يشوف النكهات فمرة ضروري إنه الألوان فبيستخدم أخضر بيستخدم الأحمر من الرمان وطبعا والتمر كمان فمهم.
Thank you. So over here, very simple mint leaves which were lightly blanched. Some agar powder I kept about 2 gram because the liquid was about 150 gram. So the sequence is pretty much similar. And once it's a little bit of a simmer, we'll take it aside, we'll blend it and create it into a puree.
فاستخدم الأجر اللي هو زي الجيلاتين عشان يمسك مع بعض وأول ما يسخن هذا هيصفيه وبعدين يحطه في قوالب كمان عشان يمسك. So coming to, I'll let you work.
Sure.
Yeah,
the panna cotta which we made, the panna cotta mix,
yeah.
Once it's cooled down a bit, we're going to set it in the mold.
Okay.
You can choose any type of your mold which you like. Don't have to restrict to this, but I'm choosing it this one because I want to represent dunes of Kazim.
So طبعا لما نسوي الباناكوتا ميكس هتحطوها في القوالب وتقدروا تستخدموا اي قوالب تحتاجوها طبعا تكون سيليكون كويس احسن عشان تقدر تفكها. فهو مستخدم هذه القوالب اللي هي شكلها زي الطعوس عشان يبين الصحراء ويبين اصل الطبق.
Sure. And now one of the dishes, you might have seen these tuiles all over the internet. So very similar to kind of, you can say crackers.
Yeah.
But sweet crackers with dates, there are very limited recipes on this. So it took me literally 3 days of non-stop mixing the dough, fixing it, and then I found out the exact recipe. So you can make that kind of a garnish for any of your dishes. It's pretty outstanding.
That's very impressive, chef. So التويل عبارة عن بسكوت حالي خفيف ويكون هش كمان. وهو كان يبغى يسوي التويل هذا بالتمر وما كان في أي وصفات على الإنترنت اللي يستخدم فيها التمر، فأخذ حوالي 3 أيام عشان يقدر يلاقي التكشر الصح والملمس الصح عشان يطلع الشيء ده، فيعني كتر خيره.
And we will share this recipe. So
وطبعا احنا كل الوصفات هذه حنشيرها معاكم بإذن الله.
I'll get one bowl quickly.
Yes. كيفكم دحين؟ Everybody's good? Yes? Excited? You want to eat, you want to try? You want to try the food? 5 riyals. Very, very cheap. No problem. We just want you to be happy. Oh, lovely. There's going to be a guest later on, inshallah. He's our flavor hunter. I'll introduce him later. So he's...
All right, we're back. You know, live cooking is very different to what we see nowadays on the reels. It's super quick on the reels, the cooking videos. It's like 15 seconds.
You had a special delivery.
I know. Yeah. Thanks to Copper Crest. Yeah. All right, for the mix, what we are adding over here is egg white, which is base of any tuile. The flavor over here, I'm going to add, of course, dates. Same policy, they have been soaked in Saudi coffee for over 6 hours. Icing sugar and plain flour.
So مستخدم معجون التمر اللي طبعا حطوا نقعوا في قهوة سعودية وطبعا واستخدم I forgot what you did. What did you put in there?
Icing sugar.
Icing sugar.
Egg white.
سكر ناعم وبياض البيض.
Yeah.
And
egg white, icing sugar, not this. This is for next.
Okay.
And butter.
وزبدة سايحة.
Yeah, and we just mix it up. I know it's too much to process at the moment, but it's all about opening up that perspective of.
Yeah. So you have so many components.
I know.
And so many textures. How important is texture?
See, different textures in the dish is something which makes dish interesting. And if you go any part of the world, right? If you pick up the most famous dish in that country, you will see these few textures are common in all the dishes. So whether you talk about biryani, right? You have rice, you have the sauce with chicken, you have crispy onions. So in a way, all the textures are
represented.
Yes. So it doesn't matter which cuisine we are talking about. You will see if the dish is popular and it's a global hit, it will have those common textures in it.
That's a good observation. So كان سؤالي هو ايش أهمية القوام والملمس حق الأشياء. هو بيحضر حوالي 4-5 أشياء كلها حتسوي طبق واحد وكلها لها ملمس وإحساس. أنت بتربشيني مرة جدا. فقال إيش أهمية هذه الأشياء في الطبق. فبيقول كل طبق وكل مطبخ لما يكون مرة مشهور حتلاقي فيه هذه كل المكونات. حتلاقي فيه الشيء اللي ملمسه خفيف والشيء الكرانشي المقرمش اللي من فوقه ولها قوام مختلف. ففيها أشياء كثير. فهو قال مرة مهم إنه يكون التكشرز هذه تكون متلائمة مع بعض عشان تدي لك الشيء اللي يعني تبي ترجع له ويسيب لك ميموري ويسيب لك ذاكرة ممتازة في ذهنك. What are you making now, chef?
So now we are working on the final thing. So once this batter is kind of ready, you can use any sort of molds you like. Just plate it in and then 160 for about 6 minutes and they're ready to go. This is very tasty. We will have, of course, some of it for taste. And it really represents dates really nicely actually. It's a very different texture.
وبعد ما تسوي الخلطة تستخدم القالب اللي انت تحتاجه اللي انت تبغاه وحتحطه في الفرن لمدة 6 دقائق 160 درجة.
We're coming soon to the plating end.
فدحين
So
هذه
this is
هذه
how it
القرص
will look.
القسيم.
Is that- okay. So something like that. Zalotti blossom. I just learned a new one.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah, me
Copper
too.
Crest always innovates something or the other, right? So there is Sichuan bottoms, which you have to try over there.
I will.
It numbs your tongue. Yes, it's very interesting.
Sichuan peppers does that as well.
Yes. Okay. So we are almost coming to the star of the dish, which is over here, invented by Roca Brothers.
Okay.
So have to give the credit to them. But nobody did it with the Saudi coffee, so I'm just bringing in that sort of twist in it.
Who invented this? The
John Roca.
John Roca?
Yes, Jody
Okay.
Roca and John Roca, so Roca Brothers basically.
The Roca brothers. All right. What do you need? Anything?
I was looking for a weighing scale, but that's fine.
Is this way?
Yes, yes, perfect. Thank you. All right, so
I'm
this
glad
is
to help.
these formulas actually copyrighted by the Roca Brothers in Spain, 3 Michelin star chefs. But I just wanted to bring it over here to showcase that how creativity can cross boundaries, you know.
هذه الوصفة لها براءة اختراع من الروكا برادرز الأخوان روكا من أسبانيا. فهو بس بيورينا كيف يسويها لأنه يبغى يعني يوصل الثقافة من country to country. العربي والإنجليزي بدأ يخشوا في بعض من دولة لدولة وثقافة وثقافة. This is making coffee fly, right?
Coffee fly, yes.
هنا حيخلي القهوة السعودية تطير.
Yes. So before we start flying our coffee, we will finish plating on this side.
2 minutes, chef.
We are almost on time.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
2 minutes, okay.
نعم ها دحين القهوة حتيجي. ايوه تبغى القهوة الحين؟ سامحنا. He's saying we're taking too much time.
I know.
We have complaints already, chef.
You know, they say good things take time. You know?
Yeah, good things take time. بيقول لك الأشياء الكويسة تاخذ وقت. فهو بيدي لك كل اللي عنده، خبرات طويلة. الله يبارك فيك. Very pretty, chef.
Thank you. So I've just done 2 different textures. In one of them you can see the sand dunes. Okay, we need 1 spoon. You have
Big,
spoon here?
large or
Only
small?
the
Small is down
spoons.
there.
Just removing the extra foam from top because it's heavy in
Yeah.
weight.
بعدين هذا آخر شيء ححطه وبعض الفراشات كمان
I have to bring
وحدوقوا
my
بعدها.
knife.
استحملوا شوية كمان شوية. بيحط غاز الهيليوم في القهوة ودحين حيبدأ يسوي رغوة والرغوة إن شاء الله هذه إيش حتصير سحابة.
I have to bring the other one. No, all good. That's it. So,
ماشي الأمور.
sometimes we have to heat it up a little bit, the liquid. So probably we'll try that.
لو سمحت شو اسمه ذا؟ لو سمحت عندي سؤال.
تفضل.
مقرهم الأساسي في جدة ولا في إيطاليا؟
هو مقره الاساسي في الرياض، هو بس انا في جده. ايوه انا
شكراً.
جداوي.
شكرا. سألت واحد قبل شوي قال لي هم جايين من إيطاليا على جدة ومن جدة.
في شيف ايطالي جاي بعد شويه.
شكرا جزيلا.
ايوه ايوه ولا يهمك، كل الدول جايه ان شاء الله.
Will be light
في من كندا وفي من سويدن.
بس قبل في واحد قال لي انا جاي من ايطاليا على جده، فرع اساسي في جده يقول. مو في
لا ممكن اخذ الطياره الغلط بس.
Will be lightly heating up the liquid.
هذا بس لازم يسخنوا شويه عشان الماده اللي حطها لازم
Because it cooled down.
تسيح شويه.
Yeah. Almost there.
Well,
Just finish it up. And we did two different types. One is a bit more caramel, and other is
one with more what?
more caramel, like more caramelized pomegranate. Yeah.
فهذول طبعا نفس الشيء بس واحد خلاه يتكرمل زياده فتغير لونه وطبعا والطعم حيختلف، والثاني سابه بلونه الاصلي. فيلا هذه المره حتزبط ان شاء الله.
Try it second time.
Yes.
Normally, people who have to dine in Roca Brother restaurant, you have to book like 1 month, 2 months in advance.
Yes. فروكا براذرز المطعم حقهم يبغى لكم يعني اذا تبغوا تروحوا تجربوا الاشياء اللي هم اللي بيسووها وبيبتكروها، فيبغى لكم حوالي شهرين عشان تحجزوا في مطعمهم. We're almost there. Almost there.
Okay, try number 2.
We won't charge you for this. خلاص, no more 5 riyals. For free. Oh la, look at that.
Here we go.
Great. The flying coffee.
So now we will just get
You
over
want to
here.
bring it close?
Yeah, that's okay.
Oops. I think we should get that one over there.
Yeah. This is actually first time going out of Spain, so the technology is a little bit different.
So
But let's try it last time if it. Come on.
it's gonna work. I believe.
There you go. Oops. All right, so I think the formula is a little bit heavier. On Saudi coffee, it depends. Sometimes Saudi coffee is too heavy, sometimes too light, but
Well, it's okay. It brings trying is one of the most important thing in innovation.
no,
So-
it's too light. That's
so-
okay.
But
So,
chef,
apologies for the cloud. It was almost there.
no problem.
But we got somewhere, something is flying.
So
We kept our promise.
So,
But let's try the dessert in the meantime then.
You got the coffee
Yeah.
flying. Yes. Please, guys, if you
I'll get some spoons.
try some of this, and tell us what you
Yeah.
think. Imagine the coffee flavor.
The cloud is still working.